Apple just announced at its launch event that the most powerful Apple Watch ever made is coming out soon. The watch was made with athletes who do intense sports in mind, and it is meant to work to its full potential even in the toughest conditions. During its live event, Apple called the watch an important watch for almost everything. It looks and works a lot better than the Apple Watch Series 8, which was released last year. The Apple Watch, which costs $799, is designed to work especially well in the ocean, on an intense marathon course, and on a mountain climb, which are thought to be the most difficult places for athletes to be. First, let's talk about the features. Then we'll talk about how an Apple Watch Ultra can protect intense sports players in any situation. Features. In terms of features and usefulness, the Series 8 of Apple Watch is on par with the Apple Watch Ultra. However, everything is on the next level when it comes to the Apple Watch Ultra. The watch has a case made of air-grade titanium and a front crystal to make sure that it works well even in the worst conditions. Apple made the Ultra watch to be more useful in harsh environments. It has the biggest and brightest screen, side buttons that are easy to reach, a second speaker, 3 microphones, cellular capabilities, a night mode, and even a compass. These features were built into the design of the Ultra watch. A bright display and night mode help athletes see better and more clearly in low light situations. If side butting is possible, athletes will be able to do almost any task with a simple push or turn of a button. With extra speakers and microphones, athletes can talk even when it's very windy. Features like bright screens and night modes help an athlete see better when there isn't much light. Now let's get into the details of the best things about the Apple Watch Ultra, shall we? High temperatures while working. Even in the worst conditions, it's unlikely that the Apple Watch Ultra will break, like iPhones do, when they're exposed to temperatures that are too hot or too cold. The watch works from -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 131 degrees Fahrenheit when worn on the wrist, -20 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius. Apple says that the watch was made to be able to handle the harshest conditions you might find on an outdoor adventure. Even though the display is bigger, it is more complicated. Apple has made a new watch face for the Apple Watch Ultra, called Wayfinder. It was made just for the Apple Watch Ultra's bigger screen. It has a compass built into the dial, and its display screen can show up to 8 complications at once. The Wayfinder watch has a face that can be easily changed for trips to the mountains, sea, or trails. Action button that can be changed. The Apple Watch Ultra has a third button, called the Action button, on the left side of the screen. Previous versions of the Apple Watch only had 2 buttons. This international orange button on the Apple Watch Ultra's screen can be used for many different things. Because it can be changed, the user decides what will happen when they press the Action button. This means that you can track racing segments while working out, drop a compass waypoint, use Backtrack to find a way for you, or start a dive computer with a single button press, depending on what you need to do. Give the screen more light. The Retina Display on the Apple Watch Series 4, which is hidden behind the front crystal made up of sapphire stone, which not only can show content at up to nits of 2000, but is not only the biggest ever seen on the Apple Watch, which is twice as bright as any other Apple Watch display. Evening mode. When you wear the Wayfinder watch face at night and turn the digital crown, night mode is turned on. This makes the interface red and gets rid of the blue light, which can damage your eyes. This makes it easier on the eyes to look at the screen when there isn't much light. The sound of the alarm siren. The Apple Watch Ultra has an 86 decibel siren that can be turned on by holding down the Action button if you need to get help because you are lost, hurt, or in some other kind of emergency. Apple says that the siren sound is unique because it has two different rhythms that keep switching and can play for a long time. The first pattern means that something is wrong, and the second pattern looks like the well-known SOS pattern. Up to 600 feet or 180 meters away, you can hear the siren. GPS positioning is the best at what it does. The Apple Watch Ultra uses a high-precision dual-frequency GPS that uses both L1 and L5, which are the most recent frequencies that can be used. Apple says that when combined with its new unique positioning algorithms, this makes the GPS on its smartwatches the most accurate on the market. This should help trail runners and other athletes who often compete in places with lots of trees or tall buildings. The app Compass has been changed. The Compass app on the Apple Watch Ultra now has a new look and 3 different points of view, thanks to watchOS 9. The program has a unique hybrid view that shows both a digital and an analog compass dial at the same time. If you turn, the digital crown shows a new view with longitude, latitude, incline, and elevation, as well as an orienteering sort of view with the backtrack, and works like a compass. Using waypoints and going backwards. When you are in the Compass app, you can drop a waypoint to mark where you are by pressing the Compass waypoint icon or action button. When you tap the icon to change a waypoint, the Compass waypoint complication updates itself in real time to show the direction the waypoint is facing and an estimate of how far it is from where you are. Also, a new feature called Backtrack uses GPS to make a trail of where you've been in the past. This path, which looks like a breadcrumb trail, could help you find your way back if you get lost or confused and want to go back the way you came. There is a sensor for temperature and a depth gauge. The Apple Watch Ultra has been certified to meet EN 13319, a standard for dive gear that is known as the gauges for depth, and is around the world. The Apple Watch Ultra is made to help swimmers in particular. We can say this because the tech giant has added a new swimming app called Ocean In Plus to the Ultra Watch. This app was made in collaboration with Oceanic, a company that specializes in making software for swimming. The app was made to help swimmers as much as possible. It does this by giving them the most up-to-date information about their swimming currents, visibility, depth, and even safety alerts. The swimmer can easily control the user interface of the app by doing simple things like pressing buttons and turning their hands. The tech giant has kept its approach very simple, but it has still kept things interesting for its Ocean Band. The Ocean Band is more like a chain that fits snugly into the buckle. This makes it impossible for water pressure to pull your Apple Watch Ultra out of your hands. Even more, the Apple Watch Ultra has a depth gauge that can be accessed through a new app called Depth. This depth gauge shows not only the current depth, down to 40 meters, but also the time, water temperature, the amount of time spent submerged, and the maximum depth reached. When the Ultra senses that the user is underwater, it opens the Depth app automatically. This means that users don't have to open the app themselves to get time-sensitive information. You can also put the Depth app on the action button, which lets you open it whenever you want. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more interesting content. We'll see you soon.